Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, guys. For a couple of years now, I've been confused about a trance experience I had because I didn't know what to call it. I knew it wasn't a dream, or was it? Because I was nearly falling asleep, but I hadn't completely drifted into sleep. No, it was a vision. Except I wasn't exactly wide awake. It wasn't until the other day I heard a man of God talk about it that I understood it must have been a trance. And once I tell you what I'm about to tell you, you'll hopefully understand. How many of you have watched the movie Cell with Samuel Jackson? In that movie, phones are killing people at the intro, and at the end, everyone is a zombie triangulating around a cell phone tower. And if you haven't heard about predictive programming or lesser magic, it's where they use movies to tell the masses what's coming so that when it gets here, the masses are already desensitized towards that thing. Then it's easy. They accept it more easily because they've already seen it like 100 times, 1,000,000 times. So it just seems like a normal thing, an ordinary thing. That's what I've come to learn is predictive programming or lesser magic. They use it a lot in Hollywood. So the same concept applies in the Bible, if you can believe it. In Amos 3 verse 7, it says, "Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets." Now, we all know Satan is a copycat. I'm amazed by the lack of originality in this guy. But in short, he copies everything God does. And why does he do that? Because he swore, or he said he would be like the Most High. So he has to copy everything God does. And so the same rules that apply to the Bible, he uses them when it comes to doing his things on this earth, in this world. So the same way God will not do anything without first telling us, Satan also won't do anything without telling us. And because he has no Bible, his Bible, one of his Bibles is the Hollywood set, the Hollywood movies. That's how he gets information out here. Now, why am I telling you all this? This is because of a trance I heard last year, August 2025, at around midnight. I wrote it in my email, and so I'm going to show you on the screen as I tell you about it, so you can read along if you like, but just to show you that this is a real thing, and it didn't happen yesterday. You will see the date, and then you will understand what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of weirdness going on. And why I've decided to record this is because of the recently held World Economic Forum meeting in Davos in Switzerland, and what they had to say about AI. Isn't it weird or interesting that Sun is also in Switzerland? I mean, think about it. Think about it. So anyway, because of what they had to say about AI, that they are gonna put chips, and I'm gonna let me just this is the I'm gonna screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot the name of the video. It's by a channel called Lion of Judah, and you can listen to it yourself kindly, and then you will understand, because they're talking about putting chips in people by 2030, that our phones will no longer be as they are. We'll have chips in our bodies as phones. And how are we going to operate these phones? But the bigger question, even as the person in the video I'm telling you about asked, is if they can track you with your phone right now, imagine what they are going to do when the phone is inside you. Or if they can track you using your phone right now, what are they going to do when the phone is inside you? Now, I know maybe I'm unpacking a lot here, but I think you remember what happened a couple of years ago, but in 2019, that thing called the C19. Yeah, it was actually illegal to talk about it. They censored everybody that mentioned it. You had to call it. I mean, people have come up with all sorts of names for that shot just to avoid using the full words. And even until now, people are still wary because another one is coming. It may not be called that, but another one is coming. And maybe they'll put the same measures in place so people are still. It's crazy the kind of world we live in, you know. It's crazy the kind of world we live in. So you remember what happened in the year 2019 moving forward when they put that thing in people. And if you've been around, looked around, if you haven't, please do, because these things, you know, people keep talking about the mark of the beast, the war, the end times. What are the? Please do some research, kindly. I know sometimes you're like, ugh, why should I? I don't want to. I don't feel. No, okay, just watch what other people are saying, listen to what other people are saying, and you can make your conclusions from there. But my point is, if you've looked around or listened around, you hear what people are saying about that shot, and apparently, they put operating systems in people's bodies. This guy, Haval Ferrari, he has gone on record, and here is a screenshot to that video you can watch. He is on record saying that people are now hackable cows, and that what they put in people with that thing is operating system that they can surveil you now. They know what's going on inside you. Like, this thing is not a joke. That's what I'm saying. If you can, for the sake of your life, your soul, your children, your family, your friends, even if they do not listen, be informed and help somebody else. Someone may just listen, and you may help save their life. So apparently they put operating systems in people, and every time you go for a booster, they are just adding more apps in you. Now, the whole thing was just a gimmick, really, as much as people died, but there are those, especially celebrities, they used to deceive people. As always, they use these celebrities when they want to push something, and most of these celebrities don't care about us. They do not care about you. They care about their money while you're busy worshipping them. They just care about their paycheck, so they will promote anything. They will promote anything. And so while they were getting the water and saline shots, the real people were getting their real shots with that mess in them. I mean, you've heard, I'm assuming you have, or probably seen what happened to people. People just falling down, just falling. People getting all kinds of weird conditions and diseases they didn't have before they took the shot. Young people, young men, like, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and shaming people that didn't take it. But my point is, I think, this is me now thinking, how am I going to operate a chip in my body is, if already I have the mechanism, what word? Like, if already I have, you see, like when they brought to cell phones, first they had to put towers so that there's network, so that network can flow, right? You don't open a radio station without first securing a frequency that radio station is going to run on, which I think is why they are so insistent on wanting to know who got vaccinated and all that, which they have a way to prove your vaccination with a thing called luciferase. This whole thing is just wild and insane. But the point is, if they're going to put phones in our bodies, then already there is an operating system in our bodies to get that phone to work. I don't imagine they are going to give us remotes to operate phones inside our bodies. The whole point of having them inside our bodies is so you're hands free. So, which makes the whole shots thing being them putting technology in people, and when you go for booster, they are putting apps in you, so that now when they introduce these chips in your body, you're good to go. You just have to operate it, I guess, with your mind. Simple as that. So let me tell you the dream I'm calling it a dream, a trance that I had, which is now making more sense than it did when I had it, although I had already had a few things. I mean, I had watched this movie, and I had heard Pastor Wally talk about, and I'm screenshotting also the name of the video so you can go watch it, about how TVs and cell phones and iPads and all these things, like what's up with them, So I'd already heard about that, and when you hear the trance, it's gonna make sense. So guys, here is the trance that I had, dated 24th August 2025, midnight. I named it Midnight on the notepad, but when I transferred it to my email, I called it Midnight Horror. This was a few days later, on 2nd September, as you will see on the screenshots. Okay, it reads, I'm sleepy. I start to doze off when suddenly there is a weird roundabout buzzing on the top of my head, and a weird eerie sound coming from the phone rested against the extra pillow on my right. It's like I'm being frozen minus the ice, that sort of paralyzing feeling, or getting numbed. It's like I'm becoming a zombie, and the fact that my right hand is weirdly curled up behind my head does not help. It's twitching. I can feel life draining out of me, and I'm afraid they'll find me dead like this. It's clear the phone is causing it because of the non-stop sound coming from it, and also the buzz around on top of my head where the phone is right next, but I'm helpless. All this while, I keep trying my best in the little voice and energy I can master to pray in tongues while adding in the name of Jesus. It stops after a few seconds or a minute, and I of course immediately remove the phone from where it is and place it on the stool next to the bed. I continue speaking, praying in tongues and then in English, destroying, binding and casting every attack of the enemy against me. When I move the phone and check the time, it's 9 minutes past midnight. I also cover it with my father's blood, ask him to remove any unclean thing in it, basically consecrate it with the same word that we used to pray over our food and drinks. The truth is, I've been trying very hard these days because of all that I've learned to not sleep with my phone in or on my bed. Now we are out of the dream. Okay, the dream has ended where I move the phone and check the time, and it's 9 minutes. It's 9 minutes past midnight. So yeah, I also cover it with my father's blood. Asking him to remove any unclean thing in it. Using the word that we use to pray over our food and drinks, which is, even if I drink poison, it will not hurt me. and will trample lions and scorpions. So then now, this is me now talking. The truth is, I've been trying very hard these days because of all that I've learned to not sleep with my phone in or on my bed, since I used to do that before. I'm even going as far as switching it off. I'm even going as far as switching off the TV when I'm in the living room. Because if you haven't heard, TV is also spying on people. And even, which TV is this? I mean, all kinds of TV brands. Sony, which other one? There are many, and the majority of them are mainstream. The best brands, So even Samsung, they come with a disclaimer. I think, what do you call that operating system when you buy something and they give you a manual? Yes, they even tell you, be careful not to speak sensitive things in front of the TV or near the TV. Like literally, they are telling you, we can hear what you're saying, or your TV is hacked, or they are not even pretending about it. So that's why sometimes I will switch it off, because yes, even if I've prayed, but you don't leave your door open just because God has promised protection over you. So anyway, back to what I continue to write. So yeah, I switched the TV off. So I did say a prayer over the gadgets. I did say a prayer over the gadgets when Iris, that's my niece, when Iris was here in April with Pastor Worley, the one I'm telling you, of a channel called Revelations of Jesus Christ. So I did say a prayer for my niece with Pastor Worley, especially over her iPad. But the most interesting part about all this is that earlier on, before now this weird trance, earlier on in the day, I had prayed over the TV while in the living room, and any sort of tech that may be targeted against me. I had realized that, by the way, pause there on any sort of tech. If you haven't kindly listened to a guy called Dan Duval, I think I'm gonna have to screenshot this also, because I don't remember the name of his channel, but he talks about all these crazy things about how your how people's parts, soul parts, can be, and the Bible talks about this, like your spirit can be fragmented, your soul can be fragmented. So he's not reaching, and he has all these people, shall I call them victims, targeted by this kind of crazy kind of technology that you may or may not have heard about it. And so there's all kinds of tech being used against people. Cell phone is just the most basic, I think, but there are all kinds of tech being used against people. Some of them are not even on this realm. They're in planets. They are in the underworld. They are under the sea. Like, my goodness. I mean, sometimes I'm like, this life is like a movie. It's not even like it is a movie, because the things that happen, you only see them on No Wonder. And that's why movies, they predict, they just tell us what's going on, by the way. But if you haven't reached that level of understanding or know how, you think it's entertainment. My dear, there's no entertainment in this world. It's reality. Anyway, so check out Dan Duval's channel. And back to my story. So yeah, I had realized that my phone was in the bedroom while I was making this prayer, and feeling lazy to go get it, I had included it in the general tech warfare. Okay, though to be honest, I would have preferred to pray over it in person. Well, looks like I got my wish in the most bizarre way, because otherwise I would have tied it to the movie cell, which that was a month ago maybe, so not close enough, considering also that this wasn't a dream. Then I have this screenshot the next day. This is 24th. Yes, so on 26th, I take this screenshot, and you can see the battery is halfway at 9:51 p.m. That's almost 10 p.m. And guess what? By 5:52 a.m., this next screenshot, the battery is almost empty. Like in just 8 hours, the battery is drained, and 8 hours of non-activity. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it at all. So I wrote this. On this same day of the battery being drained on 27th. This is what I wrote, and you can read with me because I've put it on your screen. It seems placing the phone on my bedside stool was not enough, but I will continue to investigate. Yesterday, 26th, as per the first pic, I put my phone aside on top of my bag further away than the stool, and at 9:51 p.m. it was at 48% charge. That's what I was telling you halfway. I didn't use it again. By 5:52 this morning, it was at 22%. And by the time I woke up at around 7:30, my usual time, it was 0%. I will place it same place today and see. Because why I even did it yesterday is because it did the same thing the day before, and it was crazy because much as it has never shut off by morning, even when it's at 20 or less, the day before yesterday it was 70 something by the time I slept, and by 7 in the morning it was 14%. I can't confirm exact number because I wasn't expecting what happened, but I estimate 70 something because I had charged it up to 98% by 6 p.m. and I didn't use it much considering no Wi-Fi. I didn't have Wi-Fi at that time. I mean, this is happening when I'm using it the least, and not even Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth, which have been sleeping on throughout. And then I ask myself, or is my battery just fed up? Because you have to look at everything in all different angles so that you don't fixate on one thing and maybe it's really no big deal or it's something else. So I finish with we'll see. And then now we have this screenshot of the 28th, which is at 100% at 9:20 p.m. Actually, no. The screenshot is of 27. It's just that I wrote it on 28. Sorry. So 9:20 p.m. the phone is at 100% charge, and then the next morning, the 28th at 4:36 a.m. it's still full, and even by 7:21 a.m. it's still full. Sort of. So then I write, nothing has happened this night. Since it finished charging at 100%, I use it very little and let it rest all night on the bag again on top of my Bible. Yeah. Figured it also needs the word. And here we are, not much to say, at 98%, 10:49 a.m. So guys, that was the trance, and which I hope you caught at the beginning. And my question now becomes, if a phone can do that to me, because this happened to me just late last year. So my question is, if a phone can do that to me at close range, what do you think it's going to do to me when it is inside my body? The way it hangs, the way like now those weird things it was doing with a charge. What is it going to do when it's inside my body? My people, this is a elite word, vigilance. Let's be vigilant, but I feel that I need to use it here because these things, man. I want to know what you think. Let's spread the word, and I don't mean the word of God, but yes, let's spread that, but also let's spread the word about what's going on in the world, because you might reach somebody who's never heard of these things, and help them and save them. Yeah, illuminate them. So I want to thank you for listening. Yeah. And just again ask you to be careful, because the Bible speaks about in Daniel the merging of clay and iron, that such a kingdom is coming. And I don't know what other name to use with what they are trying to do, like change people's DNA with these vaccines and whatnot, in the name of transhumanism. Isn't that merging clay and iron? And then when you look at it, that's how you know how wicked, and these people, they've planned these things forever and ever. Transhumanism, which other word sounds familiar? Is it not transgender? And you know how these agendas are all over the place. So was it ever about transgender? Or was that just like a clickbait to get you now to where we are today, transhumanism? And of course, they come with all these beautiful ideas that, oh, it's for health, like Neuralink, it's to help people who, yes, but of course, they have to come with it like that. Like with this thing we are talking about of 2019, one day helping people, wasn't it supposed to help people initially? you know, make you afraid, and so that you can get the medicine, so that you can be okay, so that you can. But then what has it turned out to be in the end? So of course, even these kind of things, Neuralink, chips, whatnot, they come as, oh, we want to help the elderly and the sick and all these things, but their main agendas are just evil and wicked. And yeah, so guys, let's keep talking. Let me know what you think. Let somebody know what you think. Let's just keep talking. And I know, by the way, I hate talking. I get upset sometimes when all that people are doing is talking and talking and no action. So um on one hand, yes, you have to keep praying, you have to keep, but on the other hand, what is meant to be has to be, what's written must come to pass. So it doesn't even matter how much we fight it, the word of God has to come to pass. The book of Daniel, prophecy has to come to pass. Yeah, but we can't just lie down and do nothing. So we have to pray, we have to spread the word, we have to do something. What God puts in your heart to do that. All right, do that. So God bless you, and we talk later. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, for listening. Thank you for the support, guys. And yeah, see you later.